Good day everyone, welcome to Cilinix FX Capital. This is going to be a short educational video for Forex trading, and this specific short video will be about why you should avoid trading at the end of quarters. So to try to explain to you why you should avoid trading at the end of quarters, first we have to talk about who is active in the foreign exchange market or Forex. So there are retail investors like you and me, just normal people with not too much money invested. It could be $1 million, but it could also be $1,000 or euros. So those are the retail investors. Then you also have businesses, mainly international businesses or businesses that go from country to country. They have to import stuff from other countries, but also export. Specifically with importing, they need to swap or exchange their currency for another currency, and that all goes on in the foreign exchange market. That's also one of the reasons why it is the biggest market in the world. And then the last one, and the most important one for why you should avoid trading at the end of quarters, is institutions like banks, hedge funds, etc. Because these institutions also take positions in the foreign exchange market because they need big reserves of currencies, and they try to make some kind of profit on that. So the Forex market is the most difficult market to manipulate, but still there is some sort of manipulation, and that is exactly the reason why you should avoid trading at the end of quarters. These institutions, they open their positions at the beginning of months, and bigger positions at the beginning of quarters. And when they have this position, they one time do want to take the profit. When do they do that? End of months. Could be in between. That's the most difficult part, that it's difficult to predict, but they most of the time do that at the end of months. But the bigger positions, they do it at the end of quarters, which will cause big moves, and they could wipe out your open positions, and just cause you a lot of distress. So we will go into trading view at the end of this video, and I will show you how to kind of predict when these will happen and in what way they will go. That's why the last bullet point is look for big moves, because the way to do that is to look for big moves which are not caused by any news or very strong technical indicators, and by that you can see some big moves that are they seem out of the blue, and then you can assume that they were actually moves caused by institutions. And yeah, we will get into trading view. I will show you exactly how to do it. Here is also the 4 quarters of the year: January to March, April to June, July to September, September to a question mark. That's because it is very difficult to estimate when this quarter ends, because it does not end at the end of December due to all the holidays and stuff. So always be more cautious towards this. And I will see you in trading view. Hello everyone, welcome to Trading View. As I said, this will be a short educational video to give you as much education as possible in a short time frame. So I picked a currency pair random, the euro against the New Zealand dollar, with a 4-hour time frame, and I will show you how to be cautious of these moves, of these moves, but also try to predict them. But especially I'll show you what happens at the end of quarters. So here we have the end of March. You can actually see price was in a steady downtrend, kind of ranging down. So you could have said, well, I'm gonna sell here, the trend line here, nope. Gonna sell here, nope. Gonna sell here, nope. Price actually at the end of the quarter just went up. So these are the institutions dropping their short positions. But we're also gonna look at a new month, which here is April. You can actually see that the week actually ends here, goes from 29 to 31 in the evening. So this is the first week of the first quarter. Let's see if we can see some big moves up. Well, I'll tell you one thing, that looks like a big move. So we are going to highlight that green and keep it in mind that these might be the institutions actually opening long positions. but we're gonna look at it. Let's actually skip ahead to the first week of the second quarter. You can also see at the beginning of weeks, you can check right here, beginning of the week, bullish movement, beginning of the week, not so much bullish movement. Here would be the beginning of the week. Let's see what happens. Moves up. Yep. Quite big moves up. So I should tell you that this way of seeing what the bias is doesn't always work, because banks are not predictable, or institutions are not predictable. If they would be very predictable, they wouldn't earn money, and if you found this out, they wouldn't earn any money. So they do not always close their positions or drop their positions at the end of months. They do not always open them at the beginning of months, but this is just to make you more aware about what is happening. Because actually, here they're opening long positions. They could also drop some here. See, this could be a drop of positions. Here we see the beginning of May, quite bullish movements again. Actually, the week starts here, the new week. Quite some bullish movements. So we're gonna add one more there. And we're gonna look at, you see, overall it's just the price is in an uptrend, so to say. I'm going to go ahead to June to see what actually happens at the beginning of June. But as you can see here, a lot of upwards movement. The institutions are probably opening long positions, so you could expect big moves down. So if you're actually trading and you see a huge move down and there's no news, there's nothing happening in the world, stay cautious, and maybe that buy position isn't as good as you think. So beginning of June right here, see, it's already going down a little bit. Still some upwards movement, but these downward moves might be them closing positions again, as I said earlier. Some more moves up. So we're almost getting to the end of the quarter, and as you can see, some bigger moves are happening, a lot of volatility. Let's see what actually happens. So when is the end of the real month? Here it skips from 28, the date, to 30, so this is really the end of the month. Bam. Huge moves down, because they were opening these positions, long positions, dropping some of them at some places like here possibly, maybe opening more here, driving the price up, and when they're actually into profit they will sell off, and huge moves, unpredictable moves as well, they will happen. This is the end of the quarter. I mean, this is a huge move, and to be honest, there is some technical here, but probably not enough technical to make it go down all the way. Price is even dropping more. So I think that was a good demonstration of how this could work, and definitely that you should stay cautious at the end of quarters. So I hope to have taught you how you could kind of predict these, because as I said, it's not 100% possible, and I hope to have taught you definitely to avoid trading during the ends of quarters, or at least to be very cautious. So thank you all for listening and watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.